The apartheid government had a very specific plan for Khayelitsha. These are people we don't care about, let's just put them in the bundus.
Khayelitsha is still treated by our society as something temporary. Facilities have not historically been invested in.
The KYCC, that's actually a very exciting project for us.
It's been an almost 6-year journey from those first tentative steps to look for a home, a place to have an office. But it started to become more than just an idea. It started to become a process. It started to become a team.
Khayelitsha was born 1985, and there were no houses here, only informal settlements. There were no schools here, no schools, no clinics, nothing. People were suffering. They used to come with big trucks, and you must go there with your family and everything. I still have my t-shirts saying, "We are not going to Khayelitsha." But we did come here by forced removals.
Khayelitsha was found, like a lot of townships in Cape Town, during the Group Areas Act. It's 30 kilometers away from the city. It is structured that it's so far away from the city. That history for me is important when you look at Khayelitsha today. It's important in the sense that nothing has changed. Khayelitsha is still what it was supposed to be during apartheid, and it's still what it is now. People have to wake up 8 hours of the morning to go to work, to access better schools.
Culture community is growing every day because you find out people from the Eastern Cape, they're coming to work in Cape Town, and the easiest township for them is Khayelitsha. People of Khayelitsha are united, and they like to work hand in glove.
Organizations that have been based in Khayelitsha, in some cases for decades. Treatment Action Campaign was founded in Khayelitsha 18 years ago. Médecins Sans Frontières has been in Khayelitsha for more than a decade. In Equal Education's case, 8.5 years ago. Similarly with the Social Justice Coalition.
A Social Justice Coalition is a community-based organization or social movement. Our work is a lot around advocacy, trying to address issues of sanitation, issues of access to justice.
We're currently going to each of the toilets and trying to see the conditions that the toilets are in.
A lot of these organizations have challenges with office space, and safety is a huge concern. And the spaces that we're in obviously limit our capacity as movements to grow.
So this was our office. So we had 25 people in this whole place.
Which is about 70 square meters.
Yeah. So it was quite good.
At some point in this 6-year process that began in 2010 of Equal Education looking for a permanent home and office,
we would have to make decisions around, for example, utilising the funds in accordance with the budget.
Atlantic Philanthropies took its own decision to start winding down its foundation and spending its capital.
Khayelitsha really encapsulates the culmination of Atlantic's work, both in health, education, and rights. We saw an opportunity to marry those strands of Atlantic's historic grant-making to create a facility that would house very active, effective leaders, social change leaders, and bring meaningful and tangible change to a community that I think reflects a lot of the challenges that we face globally.
At that point, the project started to cohere into an actual possibility. It's not easy to do development sometimes in South Africa.
No, they wouldn't have.
So that's why we took that decision.
In November 2010, we were introduced to a firm of architects in Cape Town, GAP, who were prepared to spend quite a lot of time working pro bono, helping us to look for land.
Land in townships, especially in the CBDs, whether it be in Guguletu or Langa or Philippi or Kailicha, it's not easy to come by. And quickly we needed to put pen to paper in an architectural way to convince the city to buy in and release the land.
At a certain point in the process, the project got formalized into the hands of a trust. The trust is known as the Kailicha Youth and Community Centre Trust, and it was fantastic when the trust managed to take transfer of the land into its hands. I remember clearly the day that we took transfer of the land. It felt like an enormous achievement.
10 months ago, this is just a pile of dust. We were standing here, and at that point we had a sketch that we put in front of the city officials as well as the client body. And when they pressed the button, things went really quick.
A high priority was placed on local subcontracting. My colleague went to the building site and addressed all the workers.
Thina's Equal Education, SJC, the Treatment Action Campaign, zonke organizations ezizoba tenants apho. Why is he grateful for umsebenzi
and expressed to them that this building is a place that will be available to them and to their families. Those who have put in an enormous effort to build the building should feel that they also belong there.
There's a group of artists who are self-proclaimed Africanists, and they want to stamp a new identity. It begins to create somewhere where new identities can inscribe themselves comfortably within the spaces where those people live. There has been a very personal connection due to the nature of where it is and what it means for a young black South African to find space to actually deliver a design through a team which stands up to buildings in the city of Cape Town, in the middle of the city. But this one is in the periphery.
The design is intended to be sustainable, to be open and friendly and oriented towards the community. The space is very practical and yet elegant and responsive to community's needs.
So in the Kailicha Community Centre, there's a hall that all communities can use. There's a library that's going to be accessible to people. There's an auditorium. There's stores where people can have small shops. It's a very friendly building.
Very excited. We're moving today. Yeah? Yeah. The day is actually arrived.
Okay, in this building we have a very congested place for all the departments, so I hope it will be very nice in the new building, as I can see already.
It's a big day. It's a very big day. It's hard to believe that it actually has happened. Yeah. I don't think any of us believed that it would really happen.
For me, it means so much that one, we have space that is accessible to our members, but I think most exciting is space for all these organizations to start building relations, be central and accessible to communities, and they can come in and access whatever services we provide. It at least our members will have space, you know, to do the great work that they're doing.
We're busy with Equal Education, organizing an event for Thursday, about June 76.
We see this place then as Isivivana.
The bulk majority of people in Cape Town live in the flats. So if you can spend money where they live to build up their cities, or the city as a whole, then you're doing a great service to get rid of the periphery in this context.
It is that glimmer of hope that we all need.
In the end, everyone's been thanked for all their hard work on this project. What must be remembered is that this project does not exist without the tens of thousands of members of these organizations. It is because of the importance of their work, it is because of the effectiveness of their mass mobilization, and the realization of this building is ultimately their victory.